Okay, so I want to show you how to do the groups in Canvas. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so here is the Canvas page. You can do it one of two ways. You can either go to people first and then assignments, or you can go to assignments and then people. So you can do it from either direction. And so what you have is you have everyone here, and then you can set a group. So for example, that project group is one I set. So let's say you want to say final project. You can either allow self sign up, so if you want them to be able to join each other in groups. Typically the way I do it is split students into a certain number of groups. You can also create the groups manually if you know who you want to be in different groups. But usually at the beginning of the semester, I'll look at how many students I have and how many groups I want to differentiate between. So for like the sexuality course, there's 8 different paraphilias. This is the master's one. There's 8 different paraphilia groups that they need to get into. So I want to split the students into 8 different groups. And also this would be based on the number of students in class and things like that. So I think with the undergrad stress and anxiety class, their discussion groups, I usually had between 5 and 6 students in each group. And so I just did the number of groups based on how many students. And then during drop add week, you just have to watch it so that if, a bunch of students from one of the group drops, you might have to move some of the students around a little bit to make sure that the groups are pretty even. So anyway, so you go through here and you either do allow self sign up, manually create the groups, or you split them into groups and then you save. So now we have this group called Final Project. You go into assignments, and this is, the final project. You would click into assignments or into the assignment that you're looking to do as a group, and you edit it. You go down to, you would come down to group assignment. This is a group assignment, and you would put them into a category. So we picked final project. So there they are in this group. You can add a new category if you hadn't already set one up in people. You can set it up right here. I like to do it in people so that I can look at how many students are in the class and kind of figure that out. Right here, group assignment, you add it here. And so if this is a discussion post, let me save this. So if this is a discussion post, you would go into your discussions, go into, your first discussion post for the semester, edit. You go down, so this is a group discussion. What group do I want to put them into? I put them into, maybe you call those groups discussion groups, and you put them in there. You have to do that for each of the, like, let's say you have 10 discussions for the semester, you have to go into each discussion question and do that, and add them to the same group so they have the same people for each group discussion, and then it breaks them up. So for this class, there's 5 different discussion groups that I wanted, and so I can click on one and only see the thread of those students and so on. And so this is really good for classes that have a lot of students. And so in some semesters for the stress and anxiety class, we had 80, 100 and up number of students, and so it was really helpful to break them into discussion groups so they weren't sorting through all of these different other students' discussions. It just made it a little bit easier. But again, you can do it for these discussions and assignments. So hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.